a comment that said that they felt disappointed that I mentioned self-employed carers, or otherwise known as personal assistants, as a option to reduce care costs down, as they felt that they weren't regulated enough. Now, with my account, I am not going to be directing anybody in any kind of particular direction. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't have, but what I will try to do is give you as much information as I possibly can so that you can then weigh that up and decide for yourself. Hey, hi, I'm Sean, an adult social worker helping you to navigate adult social care. I just wanted to do a personal one around the pros and cons of care agencies based on that comment. So, personal story, my granddad is in his 90s. He's doing so well, bless him. Now, he can transfer. He can stand for a very short period of time, but he can't walk very well or very far, and he can't stand for very long periods of time. So he has a personal assistant. Now, this has worked wonders for him because my granddad can't compute when somebody says they're going to be there at a certain time and then is not there at that time. So care agencies was really hard because they unfortunately will say they're going to be there at 10, but if anything happens in the previous visits, and it does happen, and it's only right that they stay with those people. If that person is in dire distress, they should stay with that person. But it will have a knock-on effect on time. So sometimes they'll say they come at 10 and they might not be there till 11. And that's fine, but for my granddad, it just was really difficult for him. Whereas with my nan, she, in her later stages, she needed moving and handling, did that care every single day. She needed somebody to be there reliably. So a care agency was good for that. If a carer phoned in sick, they were going to get cover. Whereas with personal assistant, you run that risk. If they call in sick or they go on holiday, you have to cover that. Now, luckily, my granddad's situation where if that happened, he all supported neighbours. He's next to a care home. They have carers there that also live opposite, so he can tap into that. But not only that, family are literally 10 minutes away, so we can support wherever. So that worked well for us, but for others that might not be a possibility, so you have to weigh that in. Yeah, sorry, this video is going to be very rough. I could do a more structured one, and I will, but it's just to kind of give a bit of a flavor of how you weigh up those decisions. So how you take that information and weigh that up for yourself. I'm not here to kind of tell you to go one way or the other. Often I will say to people, why don't you get both? And you might think that's crazy.